Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development. In this video, we're going to talk about a trending story that has to do with addiction to social media. Now, why is this important? Any form of addiction has consequences which affects the economy of nations. It affects individuals and the economy of nations. And it's an issue that needs to be addressed because in Nigeria is having the highest rate of internet penetration in the world. A whole lot of people are getting addicted to social media. They cannot take their eyes off the social media for 2 hours, for 1 hour. Their lives revolve around it, and it is becoming a thing of concern. Now, what brought this thing to the fore is the story you are going to hear now. And this story, after listening to it, I will tell you what you could do if you're already an addict. You are already addicted to social media. What you can do to extricate yourself and how you can protect your children and your teens from being immersed in social media addiction. We are going to look at what brought this matter to the fore in the United States. Whereas United States people are trying to take care of their people in terms of this addiction. Those of us in developing countries like Nigeria, in Africa, our government are not likely to take the kind of action that governments in the United States are taking to protect their people from alleged addiction from social media. So we're going to look at what you can do to protect yourself. If you're already addicted, what you can do to protect your family from social media addiction. Let me also say it from the outset that I'm not a professional in terms of addiction, but I have read a lot on what people can do to help themselves out of this problem. If you are an addict, or you know somebody who is an addict, or you know somebody who needs help, go and meet a professional, a psychologist, trained for that to help you. But I will give you my own suggestion. You can take it or leave it, but that is not the opinion of a professional. That is the opinion of somebody who has taken his time to find out what can be done to save the situation. Now let's go. Now, Meta, that the founding company of Facebook, Instagram, and what have you, they have been sued by 42 attorney generals in the United States. Now, the story is this. No fewer than 42 attorneys generals are suing Meta, alleging that features on each Facebook and Instagram social media platform are addictive and are aimed at kids and teens. Attorney generals from 33 states filed a federal suit against Meta in the Northern District of California, while 9 additional attorney generals are filing in their own states, according to a press release from New York Attorney General Letitia James' office. Besides New York, the states that filed the federal suit include California, Colorado, Louisiana, Nebraska, Southern Carolina, Washington, and Wisconsin. The attorney generals allege that Meta designed its Facebook and Instagram products to keep youngsters on them for longer and repeatedly coming back. According to the federal complaint, Meta did this via the design of its algorithms, copious alerts, notifications, and so-called infinite scroll through platform feeds. The company also includes features that the attorney generals allege negatively impact teens' mental health through social comparison or promoting body dysmorphia, such as likes or photo filters. The federal suit also accuses Meta of violating the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, or COPA, by collecting personal data on users under 13 without parental consent. The states are seeking an end to what they see as Meta's harmful practices, as well as penalties and restitution. They claim that Meta was well aware of the negative effects its designs could have on its younger users. According to this Attorney General, while Meta has publicly denied and downplayed these harmful effects, it cannot credibly claim ignorance. James' office note in a press conference. James' office is the office of the Attorney General of New York. Continuing in the press statement, it said, Meta's own internal research documents show its awareness that its products harm young users. Indeed, internal studies that Meta commissioned and kept private until they were leaked by a whistleblower and publicly reported reveal that Meta has known for years about these serious harms associated with young users, that are associated with young users' time spent on its platform. Former Facebook employee Francis Hogan caused an uproar among lawmakers and parents in 2021 after leaking internal documents from the company that revealed internal research on its product. Continuing, it should have been the practice of Meta to alert people that they are dealing with a dangerous, potentially addictive product before they start using it. Now, this Attorney General is saying that Meta should have had a warning on Facebook, Instagram that their product is addictive, just similar to the kind of warning you get in cigarette packages that cigarette is dangerous to your health. That is one of the things that one of the attorney generals said. This attorney general is the Attorney General of District of Columbia, Brian Schwab. He told CNBC. He said, we share the Attorney General. Now, when this information gets to Meta, this is what they are responding in their own press statement in response to the being sued by the Attorney Generals in the United States. He said, we share the Attorney General's commitment to providing teens with safe, positive experiences online and have already introduced over 30 tools to support teens and their families, Meta spokesperson Andy Stone said in a statement. Going forward, Andy Stone said, we are disappointed that instead of working productively with companies across the industry to create clear age appropriate standard for the many apps teens use. The attorneys general have chosen this path. That is the path of litigation. Now, last year, a bipartisan group of state attorney generals also said that they are investigating TikTok over similar child online safety concerns. And what the attorney generals are also revealing is that they believe that the suit against Meta could be a vehicle for settlement talks across the industry. What it means that whatever will be the outcome of the litigation with Meta, they will apply it against TikTok and other social media platforms that they believe have content or products that are addictive and harmful to teens and to others. Now, one of the attorneys general alleged that all human beings are susceptible to FOMO, F-O-M-O, FOMO, referring to the fear of missing out. He said, but particularly 12 to 13, 15, 16-year-old kids, they are the ones who are really worried about missing out. All of that is part of the built-in DNA that Meta uses to keep people hooked. Here he's talking about being hooked in terms of being addicted to Facebook, allegedly, and Instagram, among others. Now, this is America trying to take care of itself, trying to protect its kids, and also try to protect its people. What is the situation in developing countries like Nigeria? What is the way forward? Because the truth be told, so many Nigerians are addicted to social media. So many Nigerians, and it is having negative effect to those who are addicted. It's affecting their lives, and we're going to look at how it affects their lives, and then we look at what can be done, because the consequences are dire. Because social media addiction, like every other addiction, whether it is gambling addiction, whether it's alcoholic addiction, whether it's sex addiction, or all kinds of addiction, never bodes well for whoever is addicted. And that is why it is important for protection for those who are not yet addicted, and then to find a solution for those who are already addicted, how they could be able to extricate themselves from this problem. Now, a research was done in Nigeria, and it was discovered that the average number of students in Nigeria who are addicted to the use of social media due to the amount of time they spend on such platforms were well over 78%, while 68.3% use their social media apps in lecture classes. It means that while lectures were going on, instead of listening to their lecturers, they were busy looking at their apps. And you know that your mind can't work on two things at the same time. You cannot be listening to a lecture and be operating your app and get the attention of your teacher. And what are the consequences of that? The consequences of that is poor academic performance. Now, the research was titled Social Media Addiction Among Nigerian Students, Issues Arising and Possible Solution by CJC Ayata Lumo of Department of Computer Science, Akano Polytechnic, Owana, Ebonyi State, and CC Ukebu of the same department and school. So we can use that as a benchmark to establish that social media addiction is a problem in Nigeria based on this research that have been done. And there are many research of this type that have shown evidence that social media addiction is a problem in Nigeria, and it's a problem all over the world, and it's a problem especially in emerging markets, emerging societies, emerging markets, economies like Nigeria, South Africa, because right now Nigeria is having the highest internet usage, social media users in Africa. Nigeria is number one, followed by South Africa, followed by Ghana. And there are consequences for this. You can tell, you may know somebody, one or two persons, who are addicted to social media, whose life have been ruined by social media addiction. Now, the research has also shown that the first effect of social media addiction is on the user's mental health. People with social media addiction are more likely to suffer from depression and anxiety than those who do not use it as much or at all. So get that fact clearly. The first effect of social media addiction is on the user's mental health. People with social media addiction are more likely to suffer from depression and anxiety than those who do not use it as much or at all. A study by the Oxford University found that symptoms of depression were 3 times more likely in people who spend 2 hours per day on social media compared to those who spend 10 minutes or less per day on it. The second effect of being addicted is a lack of self-control, which can lead to other issues such as impulsiveness, irritability, and feeling restless. The user's cognitive abilities are also affected by their constant engagement with the internet, and they may find themselves unable to concentrate at school or work. Now, what can we do about this? What is the solution to this addiction? Especially in a country like Nigeria, where the country is the poverty capital of the world, and people pay out of pocket to access medical service. There is no universal health insurance. Access to medical service is next to nothing. Only very few Nigerians are privileged. And what is happening in Nigeria is typical in many African countries and other developing nations. Yet, social media is an essential ingredient of our life today, and we cannot discard social media because social media has become a means of economic empowerment, a means of business expansion, a means of skill acquisition, a means of getting over poverty. A whole lot of people have been empowered by the social media, which had provided a world market for people to market their services, their product, their skills to the whole world. So nobody can say that social media is not of benefit. Social media has added greatly to the GDP of Nigeria. It has empowered so many Nigerians. It has been able to reduce unemployment in Nigeria through so many ways that it has empowered the young men and women. But there is a need for caution. There is a need to protect the teens, those under 16, under 17, and indeed even those who are matured, who has taken social media too far, who have abandoned other things they could have done and concentrate on social media to the level that they are now depressed. They are now addicted. There are those who are so much on social media that several other activities that they ought to have done were never done. There are those who have been planning to write books, but they cannot sit down 1 minute. They cannot sit down for 30 minutes to write the outline of a book so that they can be able to start writing. Because before they sit down to write an outline, they will receive a notification. They will respond to that notification. Before they finish from one notification, another one has just appeared. They keep on responding to notification. Then somebody attacks them. They want to respond. At the end of the day will go like that. The books will not be written. A whole lot of books have remained unwritten because of people who are addicted to social media and they could not make out time to pursue their dream of being authors. And that is applicable to so many things. I know that so many people are using social media to do business and it's working for them. But there are those who are depressed, who are addicted. There are teens whose lives are being ruined. These are the people that the attorney generals in America are trying to protect. But we in Nigeria and other developing countries, who is going to protect us? We have to protect for ourselves and our children by looking for ways to protect them and protect ourselves. Since we are not likely to have our government take matter to court to challenge them about the addictiveness or the alleged addictiveness of their product. But we are living witnesses that really there is no way that if you put all your attention in a particular product, whether it is gambling, whether it is whatever, pool betting, you are likely to suffer an addiction. So what we are doing here is to see what we can do to protect ourselves, since our government in Africa and in Nigeria in particular are not likely to do that for us. Now, according to Dr. Logan Jones, a psychologist and founder of NYC Therapy Plus Wellness, he suggested how you can break the addiction of social media. He has suggested how you can break the addiction to social media. One of the things he suggested is that the addicts, those who are addicted, should modify their habits gradually, that they should not suddenly stop using the social media. No. But they say they can start disengaging themselves gradually and begin to give up social media gradually. So if you are somebody, you spend 2 hours on social media, you spend 5 hours on social media, you can begin to reduce it. Gradually begin to reduce the number of time you spend on social media. That is if you are an addict. If you used to spend 3 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, you can begin to mellow it down, cut it by half, cut it by a quarter, and keep on reducing it until you get to the point that you can be able to manage your social media presence without being addicted. So one of the actions he said you can take, he suggested turning off notifications. So what you can do is you can go to your phone and turn off all the notifications, because the notifications are one of the areas that is being alleged that people are being hooked. So when notification comes, the natural instinct is to respond to notification. It's just like somebody who is, that's why sometimes when you are driving, you are not supposed to pick your call, but you can see there are so many people, when a call comes, even as they were driving, there is an urge to pick it, to pick the phone, to respond to it. That also happened on social media in terms of notification. So if your notification plug is constantly on, you are bound to respond. You are likely to respond. So he that suggesting that you turn off your notification, disable your vibration, the vibration in your phone, and then use a function on your phone that tracks how much time you spend on social media. Put a track. Make sure you have it on your phone, a function that tracks how much time you spend on social media applications. So make sure that the time you spend on social media applications are few. So that will help you to begin to break your addiction. When you begin to take this personal responsibility of controlling your notification, controlling, disabling your vibrations, and all those things that reminds you, that makes you to have the hunger to respond. That tendency to belong, that tendency to begin to feel that you are missing out. If you didn't respond, you are missing out. These are indications of addiction. And it's something that needs to be addressed. And it's a special challenge for the teens. So parents have to do a lot to also lead their children on this part of gradual, especially teens that are already addicted, gradual reduction in social media usage by tuning off the notifications and the vibration, disabling the vibrations on your phone, and installing measures that reminds you how much time you have spent. Because the essence of finding a solution is to reduce the number of time you spend on social media, so that it can come to the significantly low level that it will no longer constitute a problem to you and to the society. Now, as for parents can take advantage of Meta's parental controls aimed at providing more oversight for teenagers who use Instagram, Facebook, and Messenger. So Meta already had some features that parents can use to control what their children, their teens, can do on social media, or to monitor them. The new features allows parents to view their teens' messenger contacts, monitor which Instagram accounts their teen follows and is followed by, and see how many friends their teen has in common with these accounts. Meta has also rolled out safety and privacy features, including quiet mode that allow users to take a break from app notifications, okay, which is similar to what the psychology is talking about. So Meta already have apps which they has facility the features they put that parents can use, including quiet mode that allow users to take a break from app notifications, and a policy banning adults from direct messaging teens that don't follow them. Now, these are some of the few measures that parents can take to protect their children. And this remedies suggested here, they are not exhaustive, but this is important for people in developing country, to Nigerians, Africans, and others whose government are not likely to be able to make Facebook, Instagram, and all these multinational companies to be able to account for the alleged addiction that is caused by their product. But we can take action, individual actions, to protect ourselves and our families, and to render help to those who are already addicted. Because any addiction, whether gambling, whether sex, or whatever, always have harmful effect on the society. And when you have so many people who are under that kind of problem, it eventually means that these people will not be effective in their contribution to the economic development of the nation. That is why we are talking about it, because it is something that has negative impact in the productivity of a nation, including countries like Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, and several other parts of the world. And so I hope that this is helpful to you, and you know somebody who it can be helpful to. You can share this video with them so that they will know that indeed not all that glitters is gold. Social media is good. So social media is beneficial, but it's also a double-edged sword. It can lead to depression. It can lead to even people taking their own lives. So we have to do everything possible we can to protect our family members, our friends, from the negative impacts of social media. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.